Oracle ERP, HRMS, or all the modules, Oracle ERP home screen, where you log in with so-and-so user. Okay, I am logging in with a specific user called operations. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is how it looks like, the home screen after you log in.
Yeah.
Now here, this is where you have all the responsibilities. Now, hope you know what is a responsibility.
Yeah.
Responsibility is what a user is going to perform. So all those related functions are combined into a specific responsibility. Okay.
Yeah.
So here you can see advanced planning, asset inquiry, bills. You have cash management. So you have all the modules.
Yeah.
So this is a vision instance. Vision instance is something where Oracle provides for people where they can practice. Okay. So in this vision instance, it has all the modules. Okay. Right from financial, supply chain, HRMS, CRM, customer relationship management, everything. Okay. In terms of all the businesses, whatever Oracle ERP has developed, all those responsibilities are provided here. Okay. If anything is missing, then you can go and add it to a specific user. Okay.
Okay.
So here, let us search the human resource responsibility. Okay. Now here you go with human resource vision enterprises. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is what the HR responsibility we call it as. Okay. Now within this responsibility you have something called as menu and submenu. Okay. Now menu is something where it comprises of all the functions related to a particular process. Okay, now here you have a name called as people. People is something where you maintain all the employees related stuff and all. So I mean the naming convention can be renamed to anything, whatever as per the business. Okay. So in terms of Oracle, he has named it as people. Okay. And the people you do this employee management, salary management, reimbursements, okay, reimbursements, event bookings, all this, okay. And I hope you're following me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now coming to the basic thing, Oracle ERP as such, you have something called as forms as well as self-service. Okay. People as an end users or just a second, sorry. Okay, people as an end users, they use forms as well as self-service. Now what is this forms and what is self-service? Self-service is something called as web-based functions that you use. Those are all self-service. This is what the page which you see, this is self-service. Okay? Inayat, are you there?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let me show you one of the self-service functions so that you will get an idea. Okay. Okay. Now you can also identify a self-service page and a forms as an icon. Okay. The icon which is with dash, you can see the icon, right?
Yeah.
You can see a symbol called as dash dash dash, like a page.
Yeah.
Okay. This symbolizes it's a self-service page, web-based page function. Okay. And any symbol with these dots which you see, these all are forms. Okay. So when you click on this, this particular forms get opens. Okay, where you actually do the transactions in this forms. This is a Java build forms. Okay, we have to install Java for getting these forms open. Okay, now let us see how a self-service page looks like. Okay, I'm clicking on the search documents of record. This is a self-service page which I am talking about. When you click on it, it opens within this particular home page itself. Okay, now you'll see earlier you had all the responsibilities and all, right? When I clicked on that function, self-service function, now it opens within the same page. Okay, this is what is called as web-based functions. Okay, so these are called as self-service functions. Another way you also call it as web-based. Why? Because you have a URL. Within that URL, all the functions keep them. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So in Oracle EBS, you have these two different functions wherein you keep working, either in self-service or in forms. Okay. Now in the same way, from here also, when you go into forms, from here also you can redirect to the self-service page. Earlier we have clicked from the home page, right? Now when I click on this, a self-service page gets open.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now if I click on any of these functions, within this particular forms, the function gets open. Okay?
Yeah.
So now these forms and self-service, these are there right from 10 version, Oracle 10 version. From 10 it went to 11, 11.1, 11.5, all these versions were there, and after that they have come up with a version called release 12. Okay, and the version which you are seeing right now, it is release 12.
Okay.
Okay, you can see when you click on this about Oracle applications from the help, you can see the version. See the version is 12.1.3. We are in 12.1.3. Okay, after this there are a couple of more versions which have come up, like 12.1.4 or something, and 12.2. Some versions of that. Okay, and apart from this, Oracle has come up with a new ERP, a cloud-based ERP, which is called as Oracle Fusion, if you are aware of. Are you aware of that, Inay?
The cloud?
The cloud application, Oracle Fusion applications. Have you heard about it?
I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. What's that?
Yeah, it's a cloud-based application where Oracle itself maintains the servers, and he just gives the URL to the clients, whoever purchases. Okay, and I mean all the data is stored in the Oracle server. I mean the maintenance task is less when you compare to this EBS. Okay, the reason why nowadays people are going in cloud is, instead of getting all the servers, it's a huge cost that they have to incur on the servers, maintaining those servers, hiring candidates to maintain those servers and all. Now, I mean, as the technology is going on, okay, they are coming up with new different technologies. And now in ERP, Fusion is now latest version, you can say. Okay, they have developed right from scratch the entire application. Okay, they have, I'm not sure whether you are aware of, they have taken PeopleSoft, they have they have purchased PeopleSoft, they have purchased Siebel CRM, they have purchased JD Edwards, all these applications. Okay,
Yeah.
you know what is good in PeopleSoft? Are you aware of what is good in PeopleSoft?
The HR.
The HR, correct. And what is good in Siebel? The CRM, the customer relationship manager. Okay, and JD Edwards, it is good in manufacturing and all.
Right.
Okay, so he bought all these products. Oracle has purchased all these products, and he bought all. He he figured out all the good features in those products, and he built up a new product called as Fusion Applications.
Right.
Okay, and you know Oracle is good in financials, if you are
Mm-hmm.
aware of. Okay, so he combined all these, and he has developed everything in Fusion. And in Fusion, you don't have the concept of forms. Everything is just self-service. Everything you do within this page itself. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing, there's no concept called as forms and all.
So is it easy to access cloud to do all these functionality?
Sorry, Sinat, I didn't get you.
Did they have a specific process on the cloud, or is it still the same?
There are a couple of changes when compared to EBS. Not
Mm-hmm.
very much, but yeah, there are little changes.
Okay.
Okay. Why? Because he did not use the same code in developing the Fusion applications. He has developed a new. Sorry. He has developed right from scratch the Fusion application. So there are a couple of changes, but the process-wise, it looks same. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So now let us come back to the EBS. Okay. So this is where the people which I am talking about, people enter maintain, where you actually create an employee, query an employee, assigning the jobs, positions and all. Okay. Let me show you. Okay. This is query an employee. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you want to create an employee, you just directly click on new and you create an employee. Okay. So this is a place where you actually enter the employee information, like his name, title, the gender, what type of employment type he is into, whether he is an employee or contract, okay, the date of birth, the status, whether he's married or single, the nationality, the country of birth, town of birth, okay, there is the high date, okay, and you have many other tabs within the same page where you enter more information, like
Mm-hmm.
ethnic origin. These are all US related employees, okay,
Yeah.
which you are seeing now, and the office details, the email ID, which location he belongs to, okay, if he is an applicant, when was he applied, okay, whether there was any background check, if at all he was an applicant, whether there was any background check verified. If so, then this gets like with the date you mentioned here. Okay, and these are related to recruitment. Okay, applicant background and rehire. Further name, if there are, see by default, Oracle has developed every country would be using the same kind of functionalities. Okay, like last name, first name, title, prefix, suffix, and middle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from this, if you feel, if the company feels like these are not sufficient to store the name and anything else that they want to store, then they can store that here as well. Okay, like honors, for name and previous class. Okay, and the medical, whatever medical blood time and all, the other availability, full-time availability, if he is a military service person, that, okay, the benefits, as you know, in US and UK, all these countries, you have many benefits that you get apart from your salary. So you store that information over here. Okay, clear enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Within this, you again maintain the address of the employee. You click on that address and you maintain the address information here. Okay. And if you have multiple address like home address, if you have three different houses in UK, you store that, save it again, click on new, and you keep creating a number of locations. Okay.
Okay.
In the same way, picture, you store your photo over here. Okay. Browse. Okay, fine. Save it. Okay, you browse a photo and you put it, and you just click apply. The photo gets attached to your profile. Okay. Similarly, now coming to the assignment. Assignment is something, you know the reason why you hire an employee in a company, correct? There would be some job which is vacant. They wanted that job to be performed by a candidate. So for that purpose, you hire a candidate. Am I correct, Mr. Nair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So where do you actually put those details? That is where you call it as assignment details. What assignment have you hired it for? Okay. Where you specify the organization, you specify the job, the position, the payroll, to which payroll he belongs to, the grade, which grade he falls under within the organization, in which location is he working in your organization, if you have multiple locations. Okay. Assignment category, whether he is a full-time or part-time employee, full-time and part-time, all the combinations. Okay. The supervisor information, who is the supervisor to whom he would be reporting for, what is the probation period, what is the notice period you mentioned here, what is the working conditions, working hours that you mentioned here. Okay. And there is something related to the legislation specific, some statutory information that's entered here. Okay. And many other information you have here. Okay. Employment terms, whether it is a contract, grade ladder, in case you are using grade ladder in a company. Okay. So these are the assignment information that you enter here. Okay. And coming back, now you have something called as a DFF and special information set. What is this actually? Okay, Oracle has given a flexibility. Hope you are hearing it,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oracle has given a flexibility. I'll just give you a small example, okay, real-time example. Say for example, you have a bank account, you have an online access to your account, okay. You go into your My Account, where you see your basic details like your name, date of birth, married or not, all this, phone number and all. And there's something called as social security number, all this information is stored. And you want some other information that you want to store in that particular My Account example, okay. Now, what does they do in general? What does they do if they want to add a field? What do you do in that?
Sorry?
Hope you understood the question, right?
No, repeat, I missed that. Repeat that.
I'm saying you have an online account, okay,
Yeah.
online bank account. You log in into that and you go into My Account, okay,
Yeah.
where you see your basic details like name, date of birth,
Yeah.
the address and all, okay. An example, you have only one address that you can maintain in your bank details, okay. But as a customer, you want to maintain one more address within your bank details, but you do not have that capability, okay. Now what do you do? I mean, as a banker, what do they do? They ask the development guys to develop some more fields where they can store the secondary address. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, so now what do they do? They ask the developers. Developers, they do the coding. They write some logic and all, and they create it. And of course, it would take a couple of weeks to develop that. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, in Oracle, you do not have that concept called as development. Yeah, you can develop, that is at an extreme stage, if at all it is required. Oracle has developed something called as special information and extra information. Okay. Now what are these? Now as I said earlier, this screen is a place where companies, whoever implements, they store the employee information. Okay. Say for suppose company has some other information that they want to store apart from the fields that they are there available in the screen. Okay. Now what do? You know you can't go and ask Oracle to develop some other fields. Why? Because I have some other requirement. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So for that purpose, what Oracle has done is he has given something, a concept called as extra information and special information. Okay. Now extra information is a place where you can store those fields, whatever as per your business that you want to store within this particular screen, people screen. Okay. Now the fields which you are seeing now, okay, you're there in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The fields which you are able to see now, like driver's license jurisdiction, driver's license number, global ID, country of origin, security clearance, badge number. Now these are the fields which are not developed by a developer. Okay.
Right.
These are the fields which, as a functional guy who doesn't know coding, can go and create these fields within a minute, and they can enable it without any help of coding or development.
Yeah. So, you know, these fields, do we set them up? Yeah.
Pardon,
Are these, you know, these fields, do we set them up, or are they standard fields?
no, these are set by someone else.
Right.
It is not standard. These are set
Right.
by someone else.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So in
You
that
know-
way, yeah, go ahead.
You know, in the course, would we learn how to set them fields up? Would that be part of the course, or?
I would be teaching you how we do this.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be teaching you all this. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Okay. So in the same way, you have something called as special information. Even this is also a field where you can create a structure like see, now you can see here company property, and within that I created structure called company property, and within this company property structure there are couple of fields where I can enter. So I have restricted within a structure there are some fields. So in that way I can create a number of structures, and within those structures I can create those fields and I can store the data. Okay. So now these things, without any help of a developer or a programmer, as a functional guy, we can develop these fields and we can start using that and store the data.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what the concept called as special information and extra information. We'll see that later at a later stage once we start the classes. Okay. So this is where you enter the employee information and store all the information of an employee, right from his information, from basic information till his assignment information. Okay, 1 second. His assignment information. Okay. Here is where you enter the salary information. This is a screen where you store the components of this salary. Okay. Now you can see a regular salary. His monthly salary is $6,200. So all the components are stored here. So all the employee related information is stored within this people function. Okay. Now there are n number of functions. We'll see that. We'll not be studying all those. Whichever are relevant, we'll be studying all those. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now coming to the, as I said, we'll be learning 3 modules, right? Okay. So what are the 3? In the first module, work structures, you have these people where you store the employee information. Okay. And now I'm talking about work structures. Okay. Now here you store the location. There are n number of locations which are created. Okay. Here is where you create an organization. Okay. Every department you name it as an organization. The department that you have in a company, you call it as an organization. So you can segregate that whether it is a department or section or branch or a business unit. Okay, you can segregate that by using this slide. Okay. Now similarly, we'll be seeing what are the jobs. Okay. So these are jobs which are created: accountant, accounting manager, administrator, consultant, support agent, report service agent, analyst, apprentice, business development manager. This is the screen where you create the jobs.
Right.
Okay. And similarly, this is the screen where you create the positions. Okay, these are the screen where you create positions. Position, you link it to a specific department and a particular job. Okay. You enter the hiring information here, there, now, the work term, any other additional information that you want to store here. And if all budgets are used, you give the budget. Okay. So if you have, I'm not sure if you have noticed, in each and every screen you have this DF.
Yes, that's
Okay. So wherever you see a square bracket, which means you can store some other information apart from the seeded fields that you have put. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll be seeing the positions. Next, coming to the grades. Here is where you define the grades in your company. These were the grades which are. So these data which you are seeing, these are seeded data which Oracle has provided for the learners to understand in a. Okay. This is nothing which I created. These are seeded data which Oracle has provided, but by default. Okay. Okay. Now against a grade, if at all you have any rates defined, you define those here. If you read standard salary rate for this particular grade, minimum is 3,000 and maximum is 3,000. So in this way, you store the information. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, in career management, we'll be seeing the competencies. What are the right? What is competency? It's a skill. In our terminology, we call it as competencies. Okay, the skills that are existing in the company, you maintain all that. Okay, you can see the different skills here. Okay. You store that over here. Okay. You can see here you can maintain the schools and colleges, what are the qualification types, all this you can store here. Clear enough?
Yeah.
Okay. This is all we will be studying in work structures. Okay. Now coming, that is the main part. As I said earlier on the previous session which we had, HR is the first point in ERP who has to do the setup. Unless and until he does, no other application can perform anything. The business group concept, where the top level organization has to be defined here in HR, and then the other applications or other modules can start using those. Okay, so those all are done in this work structures. Okay, clear, Vinay?
Yeah.
Okay, now coming to the payroll part. Payroll is something where you define the payroll, whether it is a weekly payroll. This is a one-time setup that you do. As an implementer, you have to do all this. You gather the requirements and you do all this, whichever I'm telling you, whichever I'm going to teach you in the further classes. All those are from the implementer point, how you implement the application based on the business processes. Okay. Now if you see, this is the payroll for expatriates and the period type is semi-month. Okay. And this is a weekly payroll and this is a monthly payroll. So you have a number of things. Okay. Now, what are the payment methods that are existing in the company where you are implementing, like whether the direct deposit or check or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here is a place where you actually define the components of the salary structure. What are the elements? What are the earning elements? Okay. If you see here, these are the earning elements which elements or components of structure, salary structure. Okay. These are the elements which are already predefined. So based on the business process, you define for the client. Okay. Similarly, the deduction components, the voluntary deduction, that is retirement plan, the tax deductions. Okay. So all the components you define over here. Salary components you define it here. Okay. So we will be seeing that in detail when we start the classes. If I tell you now, you will not understand it, but because we did not start with the business. Okay. So This is where you actually do all the work structures and payroll thing in that. Okay. Now
Okay.
coming to the self-service HR. We have here self-service, as I said. Now, what do you understand with self-service? Employee self-service.
It's just
So,
internet based.
sorry.
Is it internet based? They can just go in whenever they want and update it.
Yeah. But as an employee, he goes and updates his information.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of going and asking the HR to update his own information, I mean, he can directly do it from the system based on the access given to him for whatever function they can go and update. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you see here, okay, you are able to see this all functions, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll show you all the same over here. Now, self-service is entirely web-based. There is no forms in this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you compare this, the same functions are available here. All actions awaiting your attention, personal actions, performance management, appraisals. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, appraisals, personal information, special information, release information, extra information, page depth. Okay, we are seeing this in forms and there we are seeing services. Okay. If I click on this, it again redirects it to a web-based one.
There you go. Yeah.
See. It has redirected to the website. Yeah?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear. So even from here, if I do, it is working. Okay.
There you go, my love. Yeah. No, I don't know.
Okay. You there in us?
Yeah.
Yeah. So personal information, as we have discussed, employee on his own, he can update his information, okay, like basic details like name, separation. If in case future he is married, he is getting married, he can comment change his status. Okay, wait 1 second. Yeah. Here is the field called update. Okay, you keep on update. You correct it. You update the information. Now it depends on how the company has done the setup. If at all, if there is any payment related thing with marital status, then it goes for an approval. I mean, that is how the people, the business does the setup. If at all there is nothing payment related thing with marital status, then likely it will get updated. Okay, that depends on the company to company and the business to business, how they want to configure it. So based on the requirements, we have to configure whether it has to go for an approval, it will go for an upload. If not, it will not go for an upload. Okay.
Okay.
So now once you submit, now there is no approval here. Now once I submit, this gets changed to married. The status is changed to married. You can see confirmation that your changes have been applied. Okay, return to overview. Now you can see marriage status got updated. Married. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. So in this way, you can update the information, and whichever you want to route it to the HR or to whomever for an approval, you can do that. As an implementer, you have to do the steps. Okay. So similarly, you can also update the phone numbers and all, address and everything.
Yeah.
So in the same way, you have n number of functions as an employee he can update on his own. Okay. Now you can see here performance management. Okay, performance management. This comes when the actual appraisal starts. When the performance cycle gets published, this particular function gets enabled. They can start using that. The appraisals and the performance management. Okay, special information. It is similar thing what we saw in the P2 screen. Okay. If anything that you want to store, he will come and store it here within that particular structure.
Right.
Okay. Similarly, the extra information, release information. If you want to release the information to a manager, his data, I mean the employee's own data, he wants to release it to another manager who does not have the access to. Okay. So you can go and release the information. You can go and see the page list. My information is a place where you can see all the information right from the personal details, employment details, the salary details, everything you can see.
Okay. Tell Rolf to drop your phone. Give me the phone. Give me the phone. You got his school misses. Yeah, give that teacher your phone. What's the Rolf? Were you able to drop him off? Yeah, if you could. If you can, I'll pick up his from your house. Yeah? Yeah, that'll be great. If not, I'll pick him up from your house. Exactly.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a place where you can see there is a function called My Information. It shows all the information of the employee, right from employment. Okay. When was the change done? Who is the assignment? Okay. What is the salary? When it has been changed?
Yeah.
Okay. The performance.
Okay.
Okay. These are the performance which was done in 2000, 2002 and 2004, and these are the ratings. Okay. Now performance is something which is related to performance management module. Okay. And training is related with the OLM, Oracle Learning Management. Okay. Unless until you use those modules, here the data will not get reflected.
Okay.
Okay. Absence, whenever you have taken the leaves, based on that, all the leave details are shown here. And job applications is something related to the IR equipment. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how all the self-services actually emerge.
Okay.
Okay. So these all three modules will be actually learning.
Right.
There are a number of functions. We will see that all in the further classes. Okay. Any doubts that you have? These are the things which I will be teaching. I did not get time to email you regarding what details.
Yeah.
So as Jilani said that we will have the demo, then I thought let me show the same thing on the
Yeah.
demo.
You can send me the email with all the list of what we'll be doing.
Okay.
That'll be good. And you know how long will this course last for, roughly?
Pardon,
Yeah. How long will it take to do it all?
to finish all these three.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said earlier, maybe a max of 45 days if we.
If we did more hours every day, would that make it quick? Speed it up?
We can do that, but I mean, max of 1.5 hour I can take per day.
Can you not do any more than that? No.
Sometimes, but not on a daily basis.
What about on the weekends?
Yeah, weekends we can sit for 2 hours. Something like that.
Typically.
Yeah. We'll try. Yeah.
Right. Okay. But I want to try and do it sooner the better. I'm trying to do it quickly. That's what it is.
Yeah, we'll do. That is not an issue. But the only thing is, see, so I mean, if you are interested, yeah, we can finish off. But the thing again, you have to practice the same.
Yeah. I'll have the availability of the server, yeah, to practice on, yeah.
You have your own server available?
No, I'm saying Jilani, use your server to practice, yeah.
Jilani, I'm not sure. You can talk to Jilani. Jilani, are you there?
Yes, I'll share the server access, Inayat. Okay.
Jilani?